Welcome to the GovCon Intel Briefing, produced by cybercloudai.tech. It's July 8th, 2026, and I'm Alex, your guide through the federal landscape.
And I'm Maya, your tech-obsessed co-host, ready to dive deep into the signals that matter. We're here to give you the rundown on federal opportunities, agency insights, and critical market movements.
That's right. CyberCloudAI.tech is all about helping small businesses and GovCon teams navigate this complex federal world. We provide top-tier cybersecurity, cloud, AI, and federal capture strategy without that Fortune 500 overhead. We understand the unique challenges and opportunities you face.
Exactly. We've got a packed agenda today, covering everything from near-term solicitations to shifts in agency leadership and broader market trends. So let's dive right into some of those near-term opportunities that are really buzzing.
First up, a significant signal from the Department of Defense. A DoD watchdog is urging more transparency in military daycare abuse cases. The report highlights poor communication during investigations, which frankly undermines parent trust, impacts staffing, and reduces childcare availability across the board.
This is huge, Alex. Think about the implications. Poor communication often means fragmented data, insecure information sharing, and a lack of centralized, auditable processes. For GovCons, this could signal a need for secure communication platforms, robust case management systems, or even AI-driven analytics to identify patterns and improve oversight. It's not just about transparency, it's about the underlying tech infrastructure to enable it securely.
Absolutely, Maya. And speaking of the DoD, they've just opened applications for their long-awaited cyber apprenticeship program. This initiative, first teased back in April, has garnered massive nationwide interest, with the DoD reporting over 70,000 inquiries from prospective candidates.
70,000? That's an incredible number, and it really underscores the critical demand for skilled cyber professionals in the federal space. For our listeners, this isn't just a workforce development story, it's a huge opportunity. Think about training providers, curriculum developers, secure online learning platforms, even companies that can help with candidate assessment and placement. The DoD needs help scaling this, and that means contracts.
Definitely a space to watch. Moving on, CISA's long-awaited cyber incident reporting rules, along with other big cyber regulations, are expected to get finalized this fall. This is something we've been tracking closely.
Oh, this is going to be a game changer. CIRCIA, the Cyber Incident Reporting for Critical Infrastructure Act, means a whole new level of compliance for many organizations. GovCons need to be thinking now about how their clients and even their own operations will handle these new reporting requirements. We're talking about automated incident response tools, enhanced forensic capabilities, and robust compliance frameworks. If you're not ready, you're going to be playing catch-up. It's time to get your cyber ducks in a row, or rather, your cyber packets in a row.
Good one, Maya. And staying with defense, the Government Accountability Office, the GAO, has released its annual assessment of major DoD programs, and it's highlighting potential risks and delays for 3 high-profile hypersonic weapons programs. They're grappling with schedule constraints and production woes. Hypersonics are incredibly complex, Alex, and these issues aren't surprising given the cutting-edge nature of the technology. But for GovCons, this signals a potential need for support in areas like advanced manufacturing, supply chain risk management, digital engineering solutions, and even specialized cybersecurity for operational technology. Any solution that can help streamline production, secure the supply chain, or accelerate development cycles will be in high demand. And on a more positive note for defense tech, the Pentagon just awarded an $80 million task order for AI-enabled technology to defend Air Force bases against small drones. This task order falls under a new $500 million IDIQ contract.
This is fantastic news for anyone in the AI and counter-UAS space. The Air Force is clearly prioritizing base defense against emerging drone threats, and they're leveraging AI to do it. This $80 million award is just the first bite of a much larger $500 million IDIQ pie. We're talking about opportunities for AI development, sensor integration, rapid prototyping, and deployment of these advanced defensive systems. If you're doing anything with edge AI, computer vision, or autonomous systems for security, this is your signal to engage.
Excellent points, Maya. Now let's shift gears a bit and look at some key agency and customer intelligence signals that could impact your capture strategies.
Absolutely. First up, a significant leadership change. Federal CIO Greg Barbaccia is leaving his post in August. He's been the federal CIO since January 2025, focusing on empowering agency CIOs and modernizing IT processes.
A departure like this always creates a ripple effect. For GovCons, it means keeping a close eye on who might step into that role and what their priorities will be. The federal CIO plays a huge part in shaping government-wide IT policy, cloud adoption, and cybersecurity initiatives. It's a prime time to refresh your understanding of the office's strategic direction and identify potential new points of contact.
Exactly. And speaking of IT, we have a critical piece of news from the VA. A watchdog report indicates that the VA's patient advocate tracking system replacement was wrongly deemed low risk after its transfer to the cloud in 2023. This system contains access to medical records, making proper risk assessment absolutely crucial.
That's a serious oversight, especially with patient data involved. It underscores the ongoing challenges agencies face with cloud migration and ensuring robust security and compliance throughout the process.
It really does, Alex. This isn't just a VA issue, it's a federal-wide reminder. Cloud migration isn't a lift and shift and then you're done. Continuous monitoring, rigorous risk assessments, and ensuring compliance with frameworks like FedRAMP and HIPAA, especially for sensitive data, are non-negotiable. This signals a clear need for GovCons who specialize in cloud security posture management, compliance auditing, and secure cloud architecture to engage with agencies like the VA.
Critical insights there, Maya. Now, let's broaden our view a bit and look at some budget and market movement signals that are worth keeping on your radar.
First up, a rather sobering piece of news. A recent video from GovEc highlighted that a debt ceiling breach could mean the federal government decides not to pay any government employees. That's a pretty stark warning.
It certainly is. While we hope it doesn't come to that, the mere discussion of a potential debt ceiling breach introduces significant uncertainty into the federal market. For GovCons, this means being mindful of potential payment delays, cash flow impacts, and the overall stability of federal spending. It's a watch list item that demands attention, even if it's just for contingency planning.
Absolutely. And shifting to public health, the CDC is reportedly reeling from deep workforce cuts and is running on fumes after elevating its Ebola response. They lost thousands of employees last year, though they have hired hundreds back.
This paints a picture of an agency under immense pressure, trying to triage work with a strained workforce. For GovCons, this could signal opportunities in areas that help the CDC do more with less. Think automation, data analytics platforms to enhance efficiency, or even specialized staffing support for critical public health missions. They need solutions that can augment their capabilities without requiring a massive increase in personnel.
Definitely. Next, we're seeing news that an ex-civil rights agency commissioner fired by Trump has dropped a lawsuit in the wake of a Supreme Court ruling. The EEOC commission now consists of 2 Republicans and 1 Democrat, with 2 open seats.
This is more of a political and administrative signal, Maya. While it might not directly translate into immediate tech opportunities, it's worth monitoring for shifts in policy or enforcement priorities at the EEOC. For most GovCons, it's probably a lower priority watch list item, but good to be aware of the broader governmental landscape.
Agreed. Finally, a fascinating piece from Federal News Network on the next evolution of ICAM at Treasury, suggesting it should do more than just verify identity. It should continuously interpret identity activity in context.
This is a forward-looking perspective on identity, credential, and access management, or ICAM. It moves beyond static authentication to a more dynamic, risk-based approach.
This is right in our wheelhouse, Alex. Continuously interpret identity activity in context screams zero trust architecture. It's about adaptive access, behavioral analytics, and leveraging AI to detect anomalies in real time. For GovCons specializing in cybersecurity, identity management, and AI-driven security solutions, this is a clear signal that Treasury and likely other agencies are looking to push the boundaries of traditional ICAM. It's a great area to develop thought leadership and solution offerings.
Fantastic insights, Maya. That's a lot to chew on for the week. So, based on all this intelligence, what are 3 concrete, practical capture actions our listeners can take right now?
Great question, Alex. Here are my top 3. First, given the DoD's new cyber apprenticeship program and the massive interest, actively monitor and engage with DoD workforce development initiatives. Look for opportunities to provide training platforms, curriculum design, or even secure assessment tools. This isn't just about filling seats, it's about building a robust, secure cyber pipeline. Second, with CISA's cyber incident reporting rules nearing finalization, start assessing your client's readiness for CIRCIA and other upcoming regulations. Develop and market solutions that streamline compliance, automate incident reporting, and enhance overall incident response capabilities. Proactive engagement here will be key. And third, in light of the VA's patient system risk assessment issues, engage with agencies on their cloud security posture and continuous risk assessment strategies. Highlight your expertise in secure cloud migration, ongoing compliance monitoring, and robust data protection, especially for sensitive information. There's a clear, demonstrated need for these services.
Those are incredibly actionable steps, Maya. Thanks for breaking it down for us. That wraps up our GovCon Intel briefing for today.
Absolutely. The federal landscape is always moving, and staying ahead of these signals is absolutely critical for success.
For more in-depth analysis, or if your team needs expert support with GovCon's cybersecurity, cloud, AI, compliance, or capture strategy, remember to visit www.cybercloudai.tech. We're built to help small businesses and GovCon teams succeed without the Fortune 500 overhead.
And don't forget to check out our other technology and GovCon podcasts. You can find them all at www.cybercloudai.tech/Spotify.
Thanks for tuning in to the GovCon Intel briefing. We'll catch you next time.
Bye for now.